And so we get in there and we come across this veteran named Sean. And at first he had a sawed-off shotgun pulled on us. He called at us from a distance. He's like, "What are you doing? Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm Rellik, streaming on Twitch. I travel and visit abandoned buildings."
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Subi?
Okay, I never had any intention on being a streamer or a content creator in any way, shape, or form. It's not something that I went out looking for. Creepy Hollow Haunted House needed a character that talked, and we had a bunch of zombies and things like that, and you can't have really good conversations with zombies. And so I was a zombie myself. I started out as a zombie. And we wanted to kind of do things different and have a character that could do like promotions and talk to the media and stuff in character to kind of make it more immersive than just having someone stand there and talk, just looking like a regular person. So Rellik the Clown was born, and I started, you know, just doing things and promoting with Creepy Hollow. And then the day that Facebook Live became available in the United States, I was at a crawfish boil promoting for the haunt that we were going to open. And I was just holding Facebook because I was about to make a post to tell people that we were there and come get free tickets. And this thing popped up on my phone and it said, live stream on Facebook. And I was like, what is this? And no one knew what it was. And so I just hit the live button, and me and Skeet, another clown, you know, we went live. And people started joining, and I was like, what is going on here? What is this, you know? And that was a long time ago. I don't know if you remember when Facebook Live came out, but it was a long time ago, many years ago. And so I started doing weekly streams on Creepy Hollow's Facebook page, just kind of promoting the haunt, talking about what we had going on, and just going from there. And then the page is like, look, you need to get your own page. People are not messaging the page asking about the haunt. They want to know, where's Rellik? Can we talk to Rellik? Hello, where's Rellik? And I was like, okay. So, and then people that were coming to the haunt and taking pictures with them, they were like, can we tag you? And I was like, well, I don't have any social media, you know. And they were, you don't have Instagram, you don't have Facebook, you don't have anything. I said, no, I don't have anything. And so I went about a year telling people that I didn't have anything. And then the following year, when the haunt opened, there were so many people that were coming back going, you know, we tried to tag you, we can't find you. And I said, okay, I'll make a freaking Facebook page. And then of course they were like, well, why don't you have an Instagram page? Okay, I'll make an Instagram. Well, why don't you have Snapchat? Okay, I'll make a Snap. Why don't you have why don't you have, you know, Twitter? And so I made a Twitter. And then eventually when TikTok came out, I made a TikTok. And so it just kept growing and growing. And so after being on Facebook for a while and live streaming on Facebook and becoming a Facebook partner, people were saying, you know, you should really try Twitch. And I was like, man, I went to Twitch and went to some streams, and I don't know if this is the thing for me. You know, there's not too many scary clowns on Twitch. Everybody's a gamer or whatever, but you don't really see too many scary clowns just streaming on Twitch, right? So
you're in Texas, right?
I'm in Texas, yes.
So why did Bernards Township in New Jersey give you the key to their city?
It had to do with
one of the mystery things I stumbled on while preparing for this interview.
Yeah, it had to do with just the positivity of the Rellik Army, you know, the things that we've done as a whole, and then the mission of just, you know, off the camera and sometimes on the camera. You know, I do a lot of charity work, and you know, I do a lot of things where we go out on stream and we give Christmas presents to families in need. Creepy Hollow is an amazing organization. It's a for-profit business. We used to have volunteers, but now everybody gets paid. But even though everybody's getting paid and it's a for-profit business, we always make sure we take care of our charities. And since we started doing this thing, we've already donated almost $1.3 million to local charities in the Houston area. The money's not sent off to some CEO in some company. We donated to ground roots charities where we see it taking an immediate effect on the charities that we donate to. For example, we work with home delivered meals, which are elderly people who are disabled They can't leave their house, and we make sure they get at least one hot meal a day. You know, Lions Club, Lions Camp is a camp for kids that have disabilities, whether it's physical or mental disabilities, and we make sure they can go to summer camp and experience it just the way any other kid can, because the camp is built and made to help people with disabilities. Lens crafters, crystal crafters. It's for people who can't afford glasses or contact lenses. And, you know, we make sure that they get their vision taken care of and they can get glasses and contact lenses. And we work with a bunch of outreach programs. Women's Center is for battered and beaten women, you know, that have domestic violence problems and stuff. And we make sure they're taken care of. And there's a long list of charities that we support throughout the network of Creepy Hollow and all the money that we donate.
Obviously, the Rellik Army is awesome. I mean, how did you build the community? I mean, clearly you have a lot of people who love you here.
It just happened. I mean, like I said, I started out doing the clown for Creepy Hollow, and then, you know, so many people requested, you know, ways for me to do my own stuff, and so I made my pages, and then and it also, you know, the whole clown thing that happened 3 or 4 years ago, where everybody was like, clowns are hiding in the bushes and they're waiting in your garage and they're gonna murder everybody. You know, the whole clown craze went right before the It movie came out. You know, that made the streams really go crazy a lot, because people were, anytime somebody saw a clown on anywhere, they were just losing their mind and sharing it with all their friends and everybody. And this is the clown that's gonna murder us. And so slowly, you know, over time, I just, you know, I've been streaming now on Facebook for many years. And, you know, I've streamed every Monday now for I don't know how many years. And I believe it has a lot to do with consistency. And then just, I believe people, there's so much negativity in the world and so much bad stuff happening. I think people like to be able to just disconnect from what's happening in their day and come on and just have a good time and, you know, just laugh and just hang out. And they, you know, we build up a community where everybody knows each other. And some of our members have, you know, gotten in relationships and, you know, traveled across the country to meet each other. And, you know, it just slowly over time, I believe that if you're sincere, you know, people will support you, and they want to be a part of the positive movement that we're trying to do, and just try to make people happy, try to make people laugh, and try to make people forget about their messed up day and just hang out with us and have an amazing time, you know. So I believe the community will just build itself if you're doing the right thing and you're putting the right message out there. Okay, I got an old one here. So I was wearing the silicone mask, and this mask goes all the way down to your chest, and it basically fits to your face and squeezes on your head, right? So, and I was wearing this almost all the time. And like when we picked up Hitch and took him to Louisiana, I wore this mask for almost 22 hours straight. And so this is a very heavy, it's a very heavy silicone, solid silicone mask.
Yeah. And
so I was starting to get a lot of headaches and neck problems.
Oh,
and
really?
The doctor, yeah, because this thing is probably weighs, I don't know, if I was to guess, it probably weighs 15 pounds. It's just solid silicone. And so I was starting to get a lot of problems with my neck and headaches. And so I went to the doctor, and I took the mask, and he said, you know, you really need to tone this down. These things aren't meant to be worn for 20 hours a day. Yeah. You know, and so it was a combination of a few different things. I still wear it, but I wear it a few hours a night at the haunted house, but not every day. And so I do have another mask that's more comfortable that I wear, that's not as restrictive. Mm-hmm. And so that was kind of the point of kind of pushing me to kind of take the mask off. And taking the mask off was one of the scariest things I ever did in my life, because I had streamed at that point.
Now it's just probably you.
I'd streamed for 6 years with the mask, you know, and in the haunt industry, it's considered a sacred thing to never reveal your face. Like characters within the haunt industry, that's a thing. You never reveal who you are. You never show your face, because people feel like it takes the magic away from the character. The unknown of who's under that mask, a lot of times it's felt like that's the whole magic behind it, right? And But I had to make a choice. I couldn't keep streaming all those hours on Twitch wearing the mask. And so it was either stop Twitch or take off the mask. And so I talked to Potty Mouth Donna. You know, she's my main mod, and she's been with me since day one. And we had a lot of discussion about it. I was really nervous. And you know, she's like, you know, you need to do what's best for your health and not mess yourself up to where you end up having some type of blood vessel bust or something. And so I went ahead and I took it off the first time. And then I went to Mexico to stream for a week. And so from there, I started traveling, you know, and I started traveling all around the place. I started having a really good time, you know, just seeing different places I'd never seen before. And I really enjoyed taking the community along with me, because they had only seen me in studio streams and at events for the most part, Comic-Cons, haunted house related conventions, or like car shows and stuff like that. But we had never really taken off in the streets like that before. And so I was just I was finding a whole new world that I never knew existed on Twitch and never really paid a lot of attention to.
Can we talk technology for a second?
Okay.
What do you use to stream?
I use a LiveView Solo, you know, with the Sony Action Cam, basically the gun run backpack setup. A couple of changes to the batteries. You know, I added a protector on the Sony camera. You know, I use I have a AT&T modem. I have a T-Mobile modem. And so my internet is sponsored by Nomad Internet. They take care of my internet, and that saves me a lot of money. Shout out to Nomad. Thank y'all so much for your continued sponsorship, even though I haven't been streaming much in October. But and then to back those up, I have a couple of visible modems also that I have. So I can run 3 to 4 modems depending on where I am and, you know, what's happening. And so I have a Nighthawk, you know, I have some Nighthawks, some MiFis, and a couple of USB dongles, and I can change my dongles out, and I'll add the MiFis if I need a 4th Wi-Fi connection, if I need to run 4 connections. And so that's pretty much my setup in a nutshell. It's pretty much the gun run backpack with the LiveView Solo, with the Sony camera, and you know, all that stuff.
It works well for you?
It works well when it's not hot. I'm in Texas, so it's hot. Even right now, it's hot. And so I have to deal with heat problems a lot. I have to, you know, pull my modems out and let things cool off. Sometimes the LiveView just gets too hot. And I've got the LiveView sitting there. All my modems and LiveViews and everything are outside in the mesh. So they're outside the backpack in the mesh pockets. And so they can breathe and everything, but sometimes it's just so hot. Like when I go to Mexico and stream, it's really hot and that sun is just beating down on you. So I tend to have a lot of issues with heating sometimes. If I don't have heating issues, most of the time I'm okay. And every now and then, like if you're in Vegas on the Strip, Vegas on the Strip just has so many people, even with 4 modems, with so many people all on their phones and all uploading snaps and TikToks and everything else. Even then, it's hard to sometimes with 4 modems with a LiveView, it's hard to keep it connected in Vegas. And if you watch IRL streamers, they all get to a certain part of the Strip, especially at night when everybody's there and they're all lagging, they're all cutting, and it's just streamer out, and everybody's like, oh, what's going on? Like, why can't we connect? And it just happens there. But when you get in places like I went to a big fireworks celebration, you know, everybody is watching fireworks. They're all recording, they're all uploading, they're all streaming, right? Even with the LiveView with 4 modems, it just, you know, some places, if there's no network to be had, you can't create it if there's nothing, you know. And so that's the issues I've had, is overheating, and when it's just thousands of people in one spot and everybody's on their phones.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Speedify content and tutorials.
Peace.